Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the broadcast today, initial thoughts on the inauguration and the next administration with Mary Lau, President and CEO of the Retail Association of Nevada. Here for the whole show on all new Nevada Newsmakers.
Here on 7 at 7, we're bringing you the local headlines in just 7 minutes.
We've got you covered in the morning, evening, and for all breaking news in between and as it happens.
Life is busy, and we don't waste your time. Join us for local news now streaming on our YouTube page.
Welcome to the Ahern Boutique Hotel, where luxury and warmth come together in the heart of Las Vegas.
We take pride in offering a one-of-a-kind experience for both locals and tourists.
Join us for handcrafted cocktails and an unforgettable experience.
Joel's Chop House, the perfect place to savor views of the Las Vegas Strip.
Satisfy your cravings at the Ahern Chocolate Shop.
No smoking, no resort fees, and the parking is always free. The Ahern Luxury Boutique Hotel is your home away from home.
Welcome to the Winnemucca Big R.
Hi, I'm John Walker. Welcome to Big R Lovelock.
Hi, I'm Rich Martin. Welcome to Fallon Big R.
My name is Braden. Welcome to Big R Fernley.
Hi, I'm Kelly. Welcome to Big R Sparks.
A new year brings new ways to win big with the $150,000 flurry of cash giveaways at Carson Valley Inn. Thursday and Saturday prize drawings, including up to $5,000 in cash and up to $10,000 during the grand prize giveaways, only at the Carson Valley Inn.
For 50 years, Nevada Heating has been keeping people comfortable in their homes. At Nevada Heating, call the Do It Right guys and get the heat back on today. Call us today and we'll fix it today. That's the Nevada Heating way. Why freeze for days on end when Nevada Heating can get your furnace fixed today? Call us today and we'll fix it today at 323-5585 or schedule us on our website at nevadaheating.com.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, as always, we're delighted to welcome back to the program Mary Lau. She's the president and CEO of the Retail Association of Nevada. Yesterday was the inauguration as we're taping this. Your thoughts initially?
I thought it was beautiful, and I don't do a lot of them, but I did watch it yesterday since we were closed for the day for MLK. And I thought it was very well done. It's been done indoors before, but I think the moment that was particularly enjoyable was Carrie Underwood singing a cappella, because nothing else ever interfered with the technical side of everything except that one particular song. But my goodness, that woman is talented. The parades were special. I loved the little parade from JD's high school and stuff like that. So it's all part of what's supposed to happen, when you do an inauguration and stuff. I didn't tune in any of the balls or stuff like that. So I just watched the actual inauguration and a little bit of the inside preparation and the stuff that they did. That was enjoyable.
I thought it was very appropriate that not only, of course, the members of the Senate and House were there, but the entire Supreme Court, previous presidents, and for the most part, their families. Even though what Donald Trump was saying, President Trump, was not necessarily to their liking, but they were all there, and it carried off as it should.
Well, every single inaugural address includes, that guy's no good, I'm this much better, this is what he did wrong, and this is what I'm going to course correct. I mean, I don't remember any inaugural that said, oh God, I'm so sorry that he's here, but I'll take over and do my best, It's like, it's just like, no, you suck, I'm good, let's go, let's get to work.
What did you think about the pardons on both sides?
Well, Trump announced his pardons. He said he was going to do J6 and stuff like that. I think the only one that I'm particularly pleased about, as you know, my late husband was Native, and Peltier's. He couldn't pardon him. He just did a commutation. I think the guy's been there for 50 years or something. I don't know for sure. But the other stuff, I mean, I was just talking to Justin this morning, and Fauci's pardon went back to 2014. So they pardoned him for the AIDS thing too. But the only thing I thought was funny, I did not see it, so it's a secondhand report, when the press said, well, Mr. President, did you pardon yourself also? And he goes, what for? I didn't do anything wrong. So he just condemned everybody that he just pardoned, from General Milley to Cheney to all of the above. They're the ones that are the bad guys, not me. And I thought, oh my, you just condemn them historically. So, I mean, he had the right to do it. And in many respects, unless the states choose to act for some reason, I mean, the falderah over the J6 committee was exactly that. They are legally protected for their duties in the House. Now, destroying evidence, that's another story, but you can always find some clerk to blame it on who gets to retire to some wonderful town. But they weren't going to be prosecuted for their J6 work. You know, it can't be. It's against the law. But the rest of it was quite funny, actually. And every member of his family, and just like, whatever. But they did such a blanket pardon that some people got pardoned that shouldn't have. And those are going to be the pardons that's remembered. That Cash for Kids judge and stuff like that, as opposed to clemency. It was a party.
You know, the thing that I think is going to be interesting to watch, and not that it doesn't always occur, but it's going to become, I think, so much more obvious in the next 4 years, is the role that the House, the Senate, and the Supreme Court take, where they will assert themselves. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
I agree. Yeah, because there has to be a stronger delineation between the three branches of government. And we've got, you know, it would be best interest of the United States to stop blending those jobs and stop saying, I am in control only, and honor those three branches individually for what they do. So, and actually, you're supposed to have a strong governing Congress, and then you have the equally strong opposition, the majority and the minority, and they debate issues, but when it's all said and done, they usually will agree on what they can agree to. It's like the signature on my emails. We can have a compromise when we agree on the goal. If we decide we're going to fund education, then sit down and figure out how we're going to do it, you guys, because the goal is to fund it. So that's what needs to be done. And it needs to be done in Congress too. Pete Hegseth got out of committee on a totally strictly party line vote. And that's ridiculous. I don't care what the opinions are, you know, an incoming chief has the right to choose his team. And Biden had a right to choose his team. You know, that's the way the law works, and that's the way it works. You hope to get people that are loyal to you. I think Trump learned in his first session, not so much. Some of the advice he got, I think he's armed and dangerous this time. Because he's been there, done that, knows what was done to him, had 4 years to turn things around, and now he's back. It's like, okay, you're not going to be as gullible as you were.
Well, and that's the truth for any elected official who has thoughts on the campaign trail of where they want to head and finds out the reality of legislating once they get past the running for office stage. I think that John Thune is going to be a fascinating player over the next few years because of his history. He's a strong leader. I think that at one point he could have run for president himself.
I wouldn't be surprised. And we were around when John Thune first ran for office and took out an entrenched politician. And I don't even remember his name now, which is probably not a good idea on my part. But Thune was careful and methodical then, and he's been careful and methodical all the way through his senatorial career.
I also think that Mike Johnson is a fascinating character. And I know that there's going to be a lot of people that would disagree with me, but it seems to me that for a guy that came seemingly out of nowhere into the speakership, that he has figured out how not only to work with Trump, but to work with the Democrats as well when things need to get done. And I think it's going to be very interesting to observe him. I think he's a very smart guy, much smarter than some people give him credit for.
Yeah, I can agree with that. He's interesting to watch. He's still feeling his way around having the speaker's gavel and stuff like that, but he's been successful at it. And the thing that people have to remember is the more you play the stupid games, the more angry the public's going to get. Start showing leadership, stop this other garbage. And he's just moving forward. Thune is moving forward. And then they have the other crap that's still hanging on, just not popular anymore.
Well, and it's a 2-year window. I mean, it's not even a 4-year window because things could change very dramatically. Let's take a break and we'll come back and lots more to talk about with Mary Lau after this timeout.
The Nevada Builders Alliance has been protecting the interests of the construction industry for over 50 years. Our programs save members thousands of dollars every year and allow them to provide much-needed benefits to their employees. Our industry also allows Nevada to grow. If you're thinking about a career in the construction industry, reach out. And if you haven't thought of a career in construction, what are you waiting for? We are the Nevada Builders Alliance.
Early in the morning or throughout the night, professional truck drivers are on the job, serving you, safely moving freight that's crucial to our economy. From the oldest industries to our newest innovators, from the exotic to the everyday, trucks are everywhere, moving everything. Never afraid to embrace a future that makes Nevada and our nation stronger. Trucking moves America forward.
Pro Group Management offers workers' comp services to a growing number of industries. As businesses grow and change with the times, the need for a solid workers' comp program must be flexible and up to date. The evolving nature of regulations can make staying ahead of complex tasks challenging. But Pro Group Management simplifies the work so your industry can move forward and succeed. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Like a traditional handmade basket, retail is woven into the fabric of life in Nevada. From big box to mom and pop, retail supports our communities in countless ways. Jobs for the disabled, team uniforms for kids, help for the elderly, and so much more. Retail employs over 1 in 10 workers. Retail supports Nevada, and we support retail.
RANNV.org.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Mary Lau. She's the president and CEO of the Retail Association of Nevada. The executive orders, I mean, that was the promise. As you said earlier, Donald Trump made it very clear of what his first things were going to be, and they certainly had enough time to prepare for it. And so were there any surprises among the executive orders, or was it pretty much what you expected?
Pretty much his campaign speeches, his promises, and everything that he said he was going to do. He's capitalizing on the Apprentice show, because you saw his tweet this morning on firing 4 of the people, including Mike Miley, and he ended his tweet with "you're fired." So he's, he's keeping that little mantra going. But that's exactly what he said he was going to do. And I think that's where Joe Biden kind of got in trouble with his pardons, is he just started doing massive ones. They weren't thoroughly vetted. But I think the ones on J6 and the Miley and the oh, good grief, I'm just going brain dead on the rest of them. But they Fauci, they're good because it can stop some of this rhetoric now. Like I said, he incriminated all of them by saying he hadn't done anything wrong. They were the bad guys, in essence. But he never said that was going to be. He like stated a goal that he was going to have the most pardons of anybody and everybody.
Well, and to be fair, he's not the only president that has slipped him in at the last minute. I think the most obvious was Mark Rich, the billionaire financier that Bill Clinton pardoned at the last minute. So nothing new there.
The blanket pardons, the 2,500 people at once kind of thing. You tell me you looked at every single one of those file folders and you read everything on those people?
Okay, all right, but I mean, now this comes to one of my favorite topics when people attack the governor or the director of a department, and you can take it on a state level, even down to a local level as well as a national level. The people in charge don't actually get to do every single bit of the work. I mean,
well, they don't do any of the work. Except, yeah, they don't do any of the work. No, they hire people to do the work.
Right.
But
and it's millions of people.
There was a clerk there doing 2,500 files. Do you believe that there was a clerk reviewing every single person that was in jail for the J6, whatever you want to call it? They love to call it an insurrection. But no, they don't. They have recommendations, and you get a notification that you're in line for a pardon.
Right,
and the jails do too.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You've referred to it as J6 multiple times so far in this interview. When you see the videos from that day, what do you think of those people in the Capitol?
Well, it depends on which videos you're looking at.
Well, the ones of a massive...
They reached a point of insanity, absolutely. But I just don't know, Sam. I don't know that anybody knows. Were they egged on? Were they originally peaceful, and then they brought in agitators? Did they intend to be agitating to begin with? You don't really know unless you're there. And we won't know now unless it's going to be written in stories afterwards because the evidence is gone. And I don't know if we need to know. It was something that should have never have happened. When I'm referring to J6, I'm referring to the committee. I mean, you have to lump everybody together on that committee. I mean, you only had the 2 Republicans, but that has nothing to do with it. That committee is the one that did the work behind closed doors. So they know what was there. We don't.
All right. Let's change topic. Well, there's another thing that Donald Trump has said that he is going to reveal, which is all the evidence on the Kennedy assassinations.
That's fascinating because I just listened to and reread Kennedy's American University speech or American College speech, the one that was the signals to Nikita Khrushchev. And fascinating. I think that Kennedy is going to go down as one of the premier presidents we've ever had. And you know what? People deserve to know, because it changes the complexity of our entire world. The same way as shock and awe changed the complexity of the Middle East by us going to Iraq under misguided principles. If you can use the word principles, I don't know. But it changed the Middle East forever. And the loss of Kennedy changed the arms race, changed the sort of world peace.
But don't it's been interesting to read so many books over the years of the potential mafia involvement of Joe Kennedy, who was a bootlegger, and his influence over the state of Illinois and the unions and the mafia there to get Illinois into the Kennedy band. And the idea was, from a lot of places I've read, that the deal was that the Kennedys would not go after the mafia if they got the presidency. And of course, instantly they were in office, they went after the mafia, and then you can get into all different kinds of stories that include Nevada in that. So I think it's going to be very interesting on many levels, and I'm not discounting. I think that's one of the things that we tend not to discount, is that, you have the private lives of people and you have what they do in office. And, somebody can be really great in office and have a terrible private life, and vice versa.
I can totally agree with that. If we had saints, they'd all have their little clouds they could float on. They wouldn't have to walk to the Capitol.
Let's take another break. We'll be right back with Mary Lau after this time out.
Story County is leading Nevada. Home of the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, Google, Tesla, Panasonic, and other world-leading companies. Story County provides thousands of tech, advanced manufacturing, and logistics careers for Nevadans. We're diversifying and driving Nevada's economy and generating millions in tax revenue and billions in economic activity across northern Nevada. Story County is leading Nevada's future.
As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
The new year is bringing so much fun to Tamarack Casino with cash and free play drawings Thursdays and Saturdays, and $40,000 in grand finale giveaways Thursday, February 27th. Your good times are at Tamarack Casino.
Save money and take transit. Did you know you can ride the bus all day for less than what it would cost you for a gallon of gas? Plan your trip now by going to rtcwashoe.com.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Mary Lau. She's the president and CEO of the Retail Association of Nevada. I thought it was fascinating and a good sign going forward that Marco Rubio got 99 yes votes to 0. Very impressive for a guy that not that many years ago was not looked upon that favorably. He has come a long way.
Absolutely. He overplayed his hand in the election where he was opposing Trump in 2016 and stuff. But he knuckled down, went to work, and he was, okay, I'm not the all-star I thought I was. And not everybody loves me like my mother did. But we will go ahead and work. And he's become a voice of reason. He's become a voice of caution. And he's also a very strong legislator when he needs to be. So I was very impressed. I was impressed with the choice, too.
One top, we got about a minute and a half left here. Obviously, as we head into this legislative session, the governor has gotten to the point where he does not have supermajorities in both houses, which is a good thing, as I believe in divided government. But Attorney General Ford has already announced that he is running against him. That is only 2 years out. How is that going to play into the legislative session, do you believe?
I think it'll play into the legislative session quite a bit, but I don't think Ford has Democrat leadership backing to take on. I mean, how are you going to balance the other ones that want to? Plus, you've got, rumor, Nicole wants to run for AG. Cisco Aguilar wants something bigger. It's like, okay, everybody, settle down, do your jobs, and let your merit bring you forward for the next race. But I mean, the governor proudly went, okay, my 3.5 million up against yours. And by the way, my PACs can raise, we can continue to raise money the same way as they do in dark money kind of stuff, which they'll never admit that they've ever done. And I don't know. The vote for the president of the United States should send a signal, because this point, counterpoint, and we can work together as long as you do it my way, BS is not going to fly this time.
And that's And that's where we have to leave it. Okay. On the level of BS. Yeah, right before a legislative session. Mary Lau, thank you. Always a pleasure to see you. And we'll see you in Carson City.
Okay. See you in Carson.
And we'll be right back.
Each day, the Children's Advocacy Alliance partners with leaders, legislators, and families across Nevada to improve children's health, education, economic well-being, and safety. We recognize Nevada will be no better than the state of its children. Be a part of this change. Be a supporter of the Children's Advocacy Alliance. For more information, go to caanv.org.
Story County, helping build Nevada's future.
What do you count on? You count on your power every day. At NV Energy, we've always powered what's important to you, but we're not looking at the past. We're focused on the future. While our standards are high, our rates will remain low. And our commitment to renewables isn't just meeting standards, but leading the way. Because you can count on more than just your power. You can count on the company who brings it to you. That's our promise. You can count on it.
We wouldn't steer you wrong with the gold standard of steaks at Joel's Chop House. Indulge in dry-aged steaks, seafood, Wagyu tomahawks, and great views of the Strip.
As always, you can watch Nevada Newsmakers 24 hours a day on various platforms, including television, radio, our website, audio and video podcasts, YouTube. If you want to find the show, you can find it pretty darn easily. And we cover politics, business, health, and education. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next broadcast.